Allora ragazzi, nella scorsa puntata abbiamo finalmente sconfitto Kupka, che già qui è un'ottima cosa. Però ovviamente cosa è successo? Ci hanno lasciato tanti punti di domanda, perché abbiamo scoperto che si sta per creare una nuova guerra in corso, ok? E da parte della capitale sacra. E tra l'altro anche dietro, diciamo, la morte di Kupka c'erano due figure importanti, tra cui queste persone sembrano avere a che fare con Ultima. E accanto a questo ragazzo, diciamo, particolare che forse potrebbe... non so chi è, sono molto, diciamo, con tanti punti di domanda di chi può essere questo ragazzo con i capelli bianchi e gli occhi azzurri, no? Però ok, cioè, in parte a lui, quando è morto Kupka, è arrivato il capo supremo, l'altezza suprema dei dominanti. Che sta succedendo? Punto di domanda. E tra l'altro anche ha commentato la morte di Kupka e della rottura dei cristallo madre di Zanna di Drago, come che bello vedere rompersi il cristallo madre. Cioè, ok, spiegami tutto questo, per favore, visto che lui era... Non so se effettivamente lui è pro o contro alla distruzione, ma c'è qualcosa di strano. Poi, tra l'altro, l'abbiamo già visto però che una volta con Benedicta erano a letto loro due, ok? Però lui ha anche un che di Cloud. Scusate, di Clive. Clive e Cloud, guarda, cioè, fantastico che abbiano pensato a un nome simile sui Final Fantasy. Avete visto? Ha veramente una netta somiglianza con Clive. Potrebbe c'entrare qualcosa? Mm, è un bel punto di domanda e voglio scoprirlo. Comunque, tra l'altro, post morte di Kupka abbiamo visto anche un'altra cosa super importante, ovvero Joshua che incontra il principe Dion. E anche qui bisogna vedere come si evolve la situazione. Ma intanto noi ragazzi, dopo questa grande parentesi, procediamo al rifugio perché lì adesso parleremo di come muoverci verso questa grande battaglia o verso queste persone che dovremo incontrare che sono veramente importanti a livello della lore di Final Fantasy XVI. E io non vedo l'ora perché effettivamente ci sono molte cose interessanti. Buono, io mi rifugio. Proprio sparati diretti. Che tra l'altro anche Jill non è venuta con noi in questo viaggio perché ha subito dei gravi danni a soffio di drago, quindi... Fuori dall'ombra. Ok.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
La clou delle clou.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling
Già.
down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
Che carino che si preoccupa per lei.
Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Ma poi le parla proprio come se... Vabbè, no, non ho parole, io non mi esprimo, che è meglio.
Word on the royalist movements since I've been away.
Shouldn't you be putting your feet
Per
up?
Clive ha un accento troppo bello.
If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ok, andiamo da Vivian. Vediamo cosa ci dice riguardo a come potrebbe svilupparsi effettivamente ora la situazione, visto che lei è più veggente.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Vediamo. Vediamo cosa ci dice.
The kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873.
Mamma mia,
Wheresoever
che
his
range
arms
che ha
fought,
preso.
Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Walud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot?
Pensa a te.
In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Caro zio
Indeed
Byron.
he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Ok. Allora, vediamo. Parla con Charon, parla con... Ok. Dobbiamo andare a parlare con un po' di persone al mercato adesso. E c'è Torgal qui, che carino.
Well, somewhat.
Nothing escapes you. It's true.
Good.
Bene. Andiamo a riferire anzi a tutti quanti che non c'è più il bestione che ha ucciso e ha comunque fatto sparire
What is it? I'm busy.
il rifugio
I
vecchio.
wanted to tell you that
This is it then. A new beginning.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Caro, lui è pieno di orgoglio per quello che... Anch'io sono orgogliosa di me stessa. È una bellezza. Andiamo. Ok, andiamo da Harpocrates.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually.
Look, he's crying.
And with good reason, children.
Che carino anche lui, dai.
We must offer up. There shall be no lesson.
All right. Brilliant.
Caro.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It does.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kyoto fell,
Oddio.
Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our
Niente, non mi dice
collection and
nulla su
found
Ultima.
nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him with my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Caspita.
Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Niente. Non abbiamo scoperto ancora nulla su Ultima.
So, the professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
Mhm.
No.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peaceful, not least of all Sid.
No, dai, veramente.
When you do, be sure to take him. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud.
Very well.
E adesso quindi dove parla con Mid?
Ultimate soon.
Eccola qua.
All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted. Displace.
And this is for...
Vediamo.
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise.
Cioè lei sta creando una barca?
Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard.
Brava.
I'll
Cazzarola.
come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that...
Is there anything...
Good old Clive. First things first,
No.
I need some parts
Sono
making.
dei pezzi.
The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot
I
vapors away
vapori
from the engine.
caldi.
The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides.
Full suit? Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
Madonna, cioè sembra che mi stia dando degli ordini, cavolo, con tutta la roba da
I
fare.
can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you...
Cielo, signori miei.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm up. Go on then.
Vediamo cosa ci
She said
dice.
you would know.
Diamogli il progetto.
Krieger's teats.
Per le tette di Gregor.
I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it.
Io no, stava lì. Per
I'll
le
need
tette
help.
di Gregor.
Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
Vabbè.
All right.
Che esclamazione è? Per le tette di... Vabbè, vabbè. Che sprazzo.
So Mid's roped us still. If that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave.
And,
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need, that means, an alloy, which is where you lot come. Now, there's a special kind. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just...
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
and the other can go and get the rest from this.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can get this on.
Punto di saturazione 1. Ma è come una cacca di ciocobo. Sì. Quello assolutamente, veramente.
You get which one?
Vediamo. Chi verrà con te? Allora, chiamerei 8.
Otto,
All right then. Where do we find this stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern
Sistema
reaches
meridionale
of
di
Velcro.
Velcroi,
It's
quindi
the Black Sand.
deserto.
I'm guessing you'll be needing sand. I'll
Perché
head down.
Gav penso che si sia sappia arrangiare insomma da
I'll leave
solo.
it.
You two take care, eh?
Just don't let.
He wouldn't do that.
That's the...
Vediamo. Madonna che incazzato che è lui. Allora,
Otto.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's.
che bella.
Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his stardust stuff's a good. It's just lying here, waiting for any old.
But unlike any old fool,
Well spotted.
Ok. Vediamo come fare. Mi stanno aumentando. Guarda che vedo se qui... Ah no, sì, qua è possibile andare. Io posso andare anche sull'acqua, come funziona? No, non mi fa andare su... No, che peccato. Avrei troppo voluto andare sull'acqua, ci sei che bello. Allora, polvere di stelle.
so this is stardust.
Ne sono C.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on. Enough.
Consegniamo.
More than me. Put it all together, and I can't see Blackthorn. Here, Clive.
In parte di storia?
Sid would be proud
Of what?
of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Yeah, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for. just like the old Cid did.
Che bello sta parte. Ok.
About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then.
Oh, I plan to. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Ok, prendiamo rifugio adesso. Così.
Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this firm. It'll take some time, mind. So if you...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Abbiamo completato la missione. Bene, sono molto contenta. Punto di saturazione 1. Può darsi che vediamo.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work.
Give us a shout if you need it.
Non so se ci farà costruire tutto d'un colpo sta cosa, ma non penso.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started...
Excellent.
So,
The helm, of course. For this.
salvage from the ruin.
Ah, but we don't.
I'm sorry.
Just.
Vuole darmi il fumaiolo?
What's the name back there, I'll give you what these.
Ok.
What's her name?
Parliamo con questa persona. L'assistente di Mid.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes.
I'll show you the plan. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing.
Alla perduta.
The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and...
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my...
Ok, andiamo dalla perduta. Punto di restaurazione, di saturazione, scusate, 2. 2 palle. La destinazione sta nelle vicinanze. Ok, questa ragazza qua. Però devo allontanarmi da questi nemici. Eccola qua. Vediamo.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are...
Of course.
No, è un boss fight, no. Quante cose.
Anybody home?
No, vabbè.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Ospite sgradito.
Well done, Toggle.
Bene, va bene, ok. Meglio di niente. Però dovrei avvicinarmi a lui adesso. Perché sennò non lo tiro giù neanche se vuoi. Non l'ho beccato? No, ha schivato. Cosa odio attivo? Oh, lui. Non me l'ha preso neanche, tra l'altro. Ormai. Ok, si sta incazzando perché ha capito che non ha molte speranze. Però adesso dovremmo farlo vacillare molto. E ho anche le tecniche di Kupka attive che... Ah, devo tenere premuto, ecco, vedi. Via con questo. Non l'ho ucciso. Strano. Beh, era ormai finita per lui. Ok. È il secondo che abbiamo visto durante la nostra avventura.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid!
You shouldn't have any trouble.
Indeed.
All right.
Ok, quindi la missione era questa. Ci sta. Ottimo. Molto bene. Ok. Ok. Adesso ci dovrebbe mancare l'ultima parte del progetto. Vediamo. Ok, possiamo ritornare al rifugio, o a meno che non devo fare qualcos'altro. Per rapporto a Mid. Ok, quindi dobbiamo ritornare al rifugio.
Has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly. And just
Right.
how so?
Adesso vediamo se mi dà il terzo progetto.
The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before... I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of it, I know whose counsel I would seek.
Tomes, I've got all the detail. Can you take this to him?
Ok, ultimo progetto.
Right away.
Ecco qui.
I'll pocket it.
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Tieni.
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. I shall speak if you do not.
Thank you.
Adesso andiamo a chiedere a loro, allora di conseguenza.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either.
Ok. Diamo la prioritaria.
So, who will accompany?
Vabbè, ma pensi che non dica che venga lei?
Very well. So then, what do we need to
I have
Ovvio.
taken the liberty.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here, I would have thought the ingredients.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent so much so in fact.
Dobbiamo andare a
that they were
cercare robe
harvested
tipo
almost to extinction.
ste cose
Hence
qua.
mildews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway.
I will.
Andiamo. Appuntamento romantico,
You two enjoy yourselves.
probabilmente.
You too, Talia.
Nuts.
How goes the hunt for ingredient?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a...
All right. What am I?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Va bene, allora andiamo a vedere qui nel mercato cosa c'è. Vediamo questo mercante.
But you're free to look.
Quanti ne posso? Solo uno?
I trust it's all here.
Oddio, sta venendo sul temporale ancora. Va bene. Andiamo qua adesso. Frutti vendono. Noci, pepio.
Thanks for
No,
nothing.
scusa, ho sbagliato
Buy,
tasto.
sell, or be gone. If that's what you want. Thanks for nothing.
That's everything.
Ok, abbiamo
Let's see
comprato
how
queste
Jill's
due
going on.
cose.
Did you find everything?
I did.
Ok, diamo a lei tutto.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Now all that remains is for... But before we head back, would you walk...
Deve parlarmi. Ragazzi, deve parlarmi di qualcosa. Mi sto già emozionando. Mi deve confessare il suo amore. Torgal che è tentato di prendere il cibo.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away
Che
and we'd have to be running after him.
carino.
Wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread.
Torgal che sta
Big white
fissando,
buns
mi
like the
fa
baker back in
morire.
Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... Oh,
You're right.
sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you.
Lei è triste.
Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Un abbraccio. Dai. Mamma che fatica, mamma mia, donna. Vabbè, non so. Oh, aspetta. Manca un pezzo.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Ok. Andiamo.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may...
Dai, ragazzi, tiriamo un po' di turbo perché belli dialoghi, ma non questi. No, per carità, sono monotoni. Aspetta.
Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
Ma dai.
It appears our work here is almost at an end.
Pensavo che gli dicesse qualcosa, tipo dai.
Shame. I was enjoying when both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, followed
Nessuna frase di incoraggiamento per provarsi con lei.
Someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates.
Missione completata. Sono molto contenta di tutto ciò. Punto di saturazione 3. Fatta.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, he's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant.
Don't thank me.
Right then, to the Black Hammer.
Perfetto. La vedo molto convinta per questo suo progetto.
You know, when I got into the smithing game,
Displacement stacks.
same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the...
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest salmon you can find. This is gonna...
Mi fa ridere che ha riso con la bocca chiusa. Perché era una risata molto tipo stridola da bocca aperta. Ok, ci può costare. Qualche tempo dopo. Fammi vedere che hanno combinato.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive. Black, that's one down and just...
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril
Abbiamo
engines and
4
we'll be
motori
needing
a
a displacement
mithril.
stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get...
Interessante. Vediamo.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and
Povero
every scrap
Sid
of
che è
soil in the
morto.
twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of you.
You're gonna...
I was. And you can come too.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first.
All right.
Oddio mio, non dirmi che veramente andiamo lì.
Captain.
Parla con 8. Ok, no. Per fortuna. Vediamo. Vediamo come procede la cosa.
All right, Clive. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins. No excuses now.
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of.
She said that.
She...
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? There is... She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Oh cielo. Eccoci qua.
Obeleth, have you seen Mid?
Yep. You in a hurry at all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across.
È partita da sola.
But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle.
Thank you, Obeleth.
Don't mention
Cosa
it.
dice la lettera?
What tidings, uncle?
Allora, mio zio ha scritto una lettera. Il mio viaggio verso Canberra è stato un vero successo. L'amico di cui ti parlavo non solo ha accettato di condividere con noi i contenuti di questo baule, ma anche le sue considerevoli conoscenze di quello che accade nelle città libere, grazie a cui ho appreso delle ricerche di una certa tua giovane amica. Sebbene io ritenga che il progetto di Telamon, l'Enterprise, sia davvero notevole, dubito che le autorità canveriane accetteranno di buon grado l'uso non autorizzato dei loro moli, per quanto deserti. E se le voci hanno già raggiunto il mio amico, non ci vorrà molto prima che i capigilda giungano a bussare alle nostre porte. Ecco il motivo di questa missiva. Vorrei prendere in prestito il tuo uomo, Gav, per un paio di lune, affinché tenga d'occhio chiunque possa voler nuocere alla nostra giovane amica, avvertendoci di eventuali attacchi. Confido che considererai questa mia proposta. Il tuo amato zio Byron. Ok.
Trouble in Canva.
Va bene, andiamo da Gav ad avvisare della cosa.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
Well, but next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun, just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for...
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards.
Oh, by the
Sarà
way, Jill will be
fatto.
joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Spero che almeno lei dice la verità, giusto? Bene. Allora, retaggio di Sid. Ora che la cenere si è posata da tempo, resta ben poco del vivace rifugio che molti chiamavano casa. Ecco, allora il retaggio di Sid sicuramente proseguiremo nel prossimo episodio, perché potrebbe essere abbastanza intrigante, soprattutto non so se potrebbe ricollegarsi a qualcosa di importante, quindi sì, lo vedremo nel prossimo episodio, effettivamente il retaggio di Sid.